It was exactly 2 years ago today that the neighborhood of Oak Street disappeared in the middle of the night.
The End of Oak Street, only in theaters August 14th.
Chatbots talk. Base 44 super agents work. Set up in seconds and ready to go. Want to know what your competitors are up to?
No way. No, switch to a revolver, bro. Switch to a revolver. Why am I pulling?
Hey, do you think your aim's pretty good, but you're still getting destroyed in your 1v1s? Chances are your movement is pretty bad. My name is Phil, and in this guide, I'll be covering all of the essentials in Rivals movement to all of the advanced tech that all the pros use in their games. It doesn't matter whether you're a beginner or a leaderboard player, you could still learn something from this video. I'll be going through the basics pretty quickly, and then we'll be heading into the advanced tech, such as the docks tech, slide strafing, precise ramp jumping, scythe trip mine jump, and the double slide. If you guys want a more clear and concise tutorial on all of the techs mentioned in this video and more, I started a Discord server dedicated to helping you get better at Rivals. We have tutorials for beginners to advanced, so it doesn't matter what skill level you're at. You can still learn something from the server. So I guess without further ado, let's get right into the best Rivals movement guide. Alright, so I'll be starting off with the bare basics of Rivals movement, stuff that I'm assuming most of you guys already know, but I'm just covering just in case you don't. So I'm sure most of you guys already know how to b-hop. If you don't, it's pretty straightforward. All you gotta do is crouch jump, crouch jump, crouch jump. Make sure you do it right when you hit the floor. And do that while you're moving around. Boom, b-hopping. Alright, so for the next thing I'm teaching you is the quick melee ability. So all you gotta do is just quick melee right click, instant ability, right? So let's say you want to use this with scythe, instant dash. Boom. All you gotta do is quick melee right click. This is best used with katana and scythe because you can instant dash and instant katana deflect. So boom. Instant. Pretty easy. Alright, so for this next thing I'm teaching you is just a nade jump. All you gotta do is just let it hit you and crouch jump before it. There's actually 2 ways to do this, so you could also just straight up just chuck it out a wall. Just wait for it to explode. Boom. Alright, so for this next beginner tech I'm teaching you is just a ramp jump. It's pretty easy, it's pretty straightforward. All you gotta do is just crouch jump on a ramp. You go flying. This is best used in arena and big arena. You could also use it on docks. You guys can change it up as well using the chainsaw ability, doing what is called a chainsaw ramp jump. You go much more further and faster using this, and all you gotta do is just hold the ability and crouch jump on a ramp. So you can also do a ramp jump using the battle axe. I wouldn't personally recommend it, but if you want to give it a try, go ahead. So all you have to do is just quick melee into the ramp and jump right when you hit it. You get some pretty nice height. I think you gain more than a normal ramp jump. So if you're having trouble with that or the chainsaw ramp jump, then this is the tech for you. Alright, so for this next beginner tech, all you gotta do is just walk towards the wall and slide. So this is the wall ride. It's pretty straightforward, honestly. I don't even have to spend too much time for this. This guy's watching it. Yeah, I'm not trying to try, bro. I'm sorry, man. I apologize if I'm going way too fast for you guys. All of this is pretty second nature for me, so if I just scan through a tech, then it's probably not as used as you might think. Alright, so I'll be teaching you the double slide next. It's pretty easy as well. So if you don't know what it is, so I'll just show you an example right now. So say for example, I start here, I slide, I stop right over here. But if you go on top of this wall, get a little elevation, you slide, you go much more further and much more faster. So this is best used, like say I want to slide on this, you playing like shooting range, boom, you go much more further just from that little slide. You could also use this with like a nade jump. Never mind, you can't. Alright, so for this next tech I'm teaching you is the satchel jump. It's pretty straightforward as well. I don't actually know much about it, but I know how to do it, so I'll be showing you here. So all you gotta do to get it started, all you gotta do is crouch jump, and at the peak of your jump, or just while you're jumping, left click, right click. You go pretty far, honestly. I'd say you probably go further than the nade jump, but yeah, honestly, you could just use this like during like an arena to get like an instant grenade jump, which is pretty crazy, honestly. You can probably get on like one of these walls in arena like pretty fast, so I'd say it's pretty good. I wouldn't use it since I'm a default loadout player, but you could go ahead and try it. So for the next 4 advanced tech I'll be teaching you, like 2 of the 4 is on docks. So for the first one, you see these cones right over here, you could actually get a pretty good super jump. I would like to call it the precise super jump. All you gotta do is just tap, crouch, jump. Basically, you just gotta do this really quick and just go right next to the cone, and boom, you go flying. You could use this on every single cone. So say for example, you spawn here, you want to use it here, boom, oh, boop, 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 there. So then you just have like access to like fucking white roof and red roof. It's pretty OP. This tech is also really good for skipping like the ladders here. So all you gotta do is just go right next to it, W crouch jump, boom. You skip that entire ladder, saving you like 3-4 seconds in the round, which is pretty good in rivals, especially rivals. You can also use it here to just go straight up, boom. All you gotta do is just quickly W crouch jump, boom. You could also use it on this cone. Say for example, you spawn on yellow side. All you gotta do is just go right next to the cone, W crouch jump, boom. And you can catch all of the enemies off guard on top of here, because they didn't hear anything. They don't hear you jump at all. Probably hear like a little faint slide, but I mean, other than that, it's pretty good. I'm pretty sure I showed you all of the cone locations, so I'm going to be teaching you the dock slide jump. So this is probably one of the more harder ones. This is probably like the most advanced one I'll be teaching you right now. Uh-oh, ignore that guy. So all you got to do is just hold your grenade jump, quick melee before you're hitting the ramp, and all you got to do is just jump. So let me kill myself real quick. Alright, so for this to really work, all you gotta do is just hold out your nade, and right before it hits you, crouch jump and go towards the roof here. And right before you hit it, you quick melee double jump. Alright, so I hope that was pretty clear for you guys. For this to really work, you kind of have to always be on top of a railing or on top of a box, so you could get like the right height for this.
NetCredit is here to say yes to a personal loan or line of credit when other lenders say no. Apply in minutes and get a decision as soon as the same day. Loans offered by NetCredit or lending partner banks and serviced by NetCredit applications subject to review and approval. Learn more at netcredit.com/partners.
If you started from the ground, it's probably not gonna work. I don't know, I've never tried it, because this is like the most reliable way to do it. Alright, so I'll be showing you guys all of the locations for this dock slide. If you want to skip through this, go to this time. Alright, so for the next thing I'll be teaching you is slide strafing. I'll be showing you how to do it first and all of the locations for it. It's pretty straightforward, but it's also really hard to get used to. This is only useful in like very specific situations, but it's still really good nonetheless. So really, for this to actually work, you need a nice distance between both walls and arena, and you have to slide and cancel right before you hit the wall. So then you go really fast if you do this right. I'll also be showing you all the locations. You could really only do it here, like right along this wall, here, and right over here as well. So you can do that, this. You also do this. It's best use on this wall. So you can, if you're fighting someone on ramps, you also do it here. I'm running out of time. It's probably the best one out of all of them, because you're kind of playing peekaboo with this ramp. Yeah, it's the side strafing. Alright, so for this next tech I'll be teaching you, you're going to need the scythe and trip mine. This is the scythe trip mine jump. You would basically go flying at Mach 10. It's probably really good. Oh my god. Alright, for this tech to really work, you would have to be dash distance away from the trip mine. So this is about dash distance. And right after you dash, you have to crouch jump. So dash, crouch jump. Make sure you're holding W this entire process. Personally, I like to jump and then dash, crouch jump. But it really doesn't really matter. So it's pretty easy once you get used to it. It's not gonna be super consistent. Like I'm not very good at it, like all the time. But, like, you know, Once you get used to it, you know, all you gotta do is just be sight distance, dash, crouch jump, W. It's pretty easy. Alright, that's all the tech that I have for you guys. Make sure to join Rivals Guardians in the description for all of the tech mentioned in this video. We also offer coaching from top RCL players, custom made aim lab scenarios, and more. So join up, discord.gg/rivalsguardians. If you guys comment, more guys are coming, stay tuned. I want to hear what you guys think. Also, you guys have been asking for my settings, so to end off this video, I'll be showing you guys all of them. My crosshair is currently disabled because I use crosshair X. If you guys actually have crosshair in the description, it is also so no reason to try, you know. These are my keybinds. And this is my Roblox sense. You could also just straight up just chuck it at a wall. Just wait for it to explode. Boom. Alright, so for this next beginner tech I'm teaching you is just a ramp jump. It's pretty easy, it's pretty straightforward. All you gotta do is just crouch jump on a ramp.
Select the voice. Change your voice in one click.
I'm not just Sakuna. I'm your nightmare on steroids.
Oh, voice changer magic? Looks like Gojo just joined the chat.
Perfect for live streams and memes. Just try it.
Download VoiceWave now and experience the charm of voice changing for free.
If you manage a WordPress website, haven't sorted out your cookie consent situation yet, this is the video to watch. Today, I'm going through cookie about user settings. Your site, and which way to set it up. It's easier than that. So, let's start with the obvious question. Why does any of this matter? When your website loads, it's almost certainly running cookies and trackers in the background. Analytics tools, advertising pixels, embedded content, all of those are collecting user data. And regulations like GDPR in Europe, and a growing list of US state laws require that visitors give their consent before that data collection happens. Getting that wrong can expose you to fines, and it can chip away at your credibility as a business. The issue is that listing and managing all of those cookies manually is a real headache, and it's that kind of task that's easy to ignore until it becomes a problem. That's exactly what CookieBot does. You install it on your WordPress site in your domain. All the cookies and trackers your site is running and organizes them into categories. Things like strictly necessary cookies, analytics, marketing, and preferences. That automatically happens because most website owners have no idea how many trackers are actually running on their site until they look. CookieBot has a repository of over 13,000 pre-categorized trackers, so the identification process is fast and it's accurate. From there, CookieBot sets up a consent map that gives your visitors clear choices about which types of data collection they want to. When a user makes a choice, that decision gets blocked, and any cookies outside of what they've consented to are blocked automatically. The whole consent chain, from the banning to the blocking to record keeping, is handled without you having to manually manage any of it. CookieBot also integrates directly with Google Consent Mode V2, which matters if you're running Google Analytics or Google Ads, because your measurement tools make sure while still respecting user consent properly. Microsoft UET Consent Mode is covered too. Now, how do you actually set it up in WordPress? It really is straightforward. You install the CookieBot plugin from the WordPress plugin directory, activate it, then go into the setting and paste it in your domain group ID from your CookieBot dashboard. There, you set the cookie blocking mode to automatic, which means non-essential cookies are blocked by default until a user actively gives consent. Save your settings, and you're essentially done with the technical part. The alternative method, if you prefer not to use the plugin, is to copy the script directly from the CookieBot dashboard and paste it into your site header. Either way, the setup takes about 10 minutes. Once you're up and running, you can customize how the consent banner looks to match your site's brand. You can choose from different layouts, adjust colors, add your own logo, and edit the text. With the premium plan, you get full custom control over the design, including creating your own banner, CSS, and JavaScript. If you want to get deeper, you can also set geo-targeting so visitors see the appropriate banner based on their location, useful if your audience spans different regions with different regulatory requirements. Cookiebot supports over 40 languages and automatically translates banners based on where your visitors coming from. One thing worth calling out specifically is that Cookiebot also lets you add a cookie definition to your privacy policy. It's a small block of code that automatically displays all the cookies your site is using, categorized and described. It updates automatically as your site changes, which can be more privacy and accurate without any manual work from you. Alright, pricing. For small sites with up to 50 subpages, Cookiebot has a generally free. When you first sign up, you get a 14-day trial with full access to all credit card. After that, if your site qualifies for the free plan, you can just keep using it. For sites that need more, the premium light plan starts at $8 per month for one domain. Premium speed is $16 per month up to 350 pages. Medium is $34 for 3,500 subpages, and large runs $56 up to 7K. If you need more, there's an excellent plan for that too. All premium plans include full banner customization, multi-language support, geo-targeting, detailed analytics, and automatic cookie. The plan automatically adjusts as your site grows, so you're not manually monitoring subpage counts. Overall, Cookiebot does a genuinely good job of making a complicated compliance requirement manageable for the average WordPress site owner. The automatic scanning takes the guesswork out of it. The Google Consent Mode integration keeps your analytics intact, and the setup process is clean enough that you don't need to be technical to get it. Link to get started is in the description. Try it on your site and see how it works. And if you found this helpful, subscribe for more tool reviews and WordPress. Let me know in the comments if
No way. No. Switch to revolver.
Hey, do you think your aim's pretty good, but you're still your 1v1s? Your is pretty bad. My name is Phil, and in this guide, I'll be covering all of the essentials in Rivals movement to all of the advanced tech that all of the pros use in their games. It doesn't matter whether you're a player, you can still learn something from this video. I'll be going through the basics pretty quickly, and then we'll be heading into the advanced tech, such as the docs tech, slide strafing, precise ramp jumping, scythe trip mine jump, and the double slide. If you guys want a more tutorial on all of the techs mentioned in this video and more, I started a Discord server dedicated to helping you get better at Rivals. We have tutorials for beginners to advanced, so it doesn't matter what skill level you're at. You can still learn something from the server. So I guess without further ado, let's get right into the best Rivals movement guide. Alright, so I'll be starting off with the bare basics of Rivals movement, stuff that I'm assuming most of you guys already know, but I'm just covering just in case you don't. So I'm sure most of you guys already know the hop. If you don't, just forward. All you gotta do is crouch jump. Make sure you do it right when you hit the floor. While you're moving around, boom, Alright, so for the next thing, so all you gotta do is just click melee right click, instant ability, right? So let's say you want to use this with scythe, instant dash. Boom. All you gotta do is click right click. This is best used with katana and scythe because you can instant dash and instant katana deflect. Instant. Quick melee right click. Pretty easy. Alright, so for this next one, all you gotta do is just let it hit you and then crouch jump before it. There's actually also just chuck it out a wall. Alright, so for this next beginner tech I'm teaching you is just the ramp jump. It's pretty easy. So all you gotta do is just crouch jump on a ramp and flying. This is best used in arena and big arena. You can also use on ramps. You guys can change it up as well using the chainsaw ability, what is called a chainsaw ramp jump. You go much more further and faster using this. All you gotta do is just hold the ability and crouch jump on a ramp. So you can also do a ramp jump. I wouldn't personally recommend it, but if you want to try, go ahead. So all you have to do is just quickly like into the ramp and jump right when you hit it. You get some pretty nice height. I think you get more than a normal ramp jump. So if you're having trouble with that or the chainsaw ramp jump, then this is the tech for you. Alright, so for this next beginner tech, all you gotta do is just walk towards the wall and slide. So this is the wall ride. It's pretty straightforward, honestly. I don't even have to do anything. Alright, so I'll be teaching you the double slide next. It's pretty easy as well. So if you don't know what it is, so I'll just show you an example right now. So say for example, I start here, I slide. So really for this to actually work, you need a nice distance between both walls and arena. And you have to slide and cancel right before you hit the wall. So then you go really, really fast if you do this right. I'll also be showing you all the locations. You could really only do it here, like right along this wall, here, and right over here as well. So you could do that, and then, oh. This. Also do this. It's best to use on this wall. So if you're fighting someone on ramps. You also do it here. We're running out of time. It's probably the best one out of all of them because you're kind of playing peekaboo with this ramp. Yeah. It's the side strafing. Alright, so for this next tech I'll be teaching you, you're gonna need the scythe and trip mine. As the scythe trip mine jump, you would basically go flying at Mach 10. This is really good. Oh my god. Alright, for this tech to really work, you would have to be dash distance away from the trip mine. So this is about dash distance. And right after you dash, you have to crouch jump. Crouch jump. So dash, crouch jump. Make sure you're holding W this entire process. Personally, I like to jump and then dash, crouch jump. But it really doesn't really matter. So just it's pretty easy once you get used to it. It's not gonna be super consistent. Like I'm not very good at it like all the time. But you know, once you get used to it, all you gotta do is just side distance, dash, crouch, jump while you're holding W. It's pretty easy. That's all the tech that I have for you guys. Make sure to join Rivals Guardians in the description for all of the tech mentioned in this video. We also offer coaching from top RCL players and leaderboard players, custom made aim lab scenarios, and more. So join discord.gg/rivalsguardians. If you guys have any feedback on this video, leave a comment. More guides are coming, stay tuned. I want to hear what you guys think. Also, a lot of you guys have been asking for my settings, so to end off this video, I'll be showing you guys all of them. My crosshair is currently disabled because I use Crosshair X, this application right here. If you guys actually have Crosshair X, I will link my crosshairs in the description. It is also in Rivals, so that's another reason for it, you know? These are my designs. And this is my 0.075. My DPI is 800 and I use native resolution. I don't really like how Stretch looks, so I never thought to change. Alright, thank you for watching. See ya!
Chicken Bacon Ranch, Zaxby style. Who's got the sauce?
My parents didn't finish college, and I was the first person to go to college. It was such a long road.
Just by clicking on this video, you made the first step to improving your aim in Rivals. My name is Phil, and I'm a top 5 RCL player with over 50,000 Robux earned from tournaments, so I think I have a good idea on how to improve your aim. And in this video, I won't be telling you to copy these god settings and crosshair to instantly get 1,000 streak. No. In this video, I'll be teaching you guys the fundamentals of aiming, and genuine advice to help you hit more shots in both Rivals and any other FPS games you play in the future. I'll also be teaching you the best aim routines that's easy to remember, fun to do, and shows amazing results. So stay tuned because I'll be going through that later in the video. Alright, without further ado, let's get right into the aim guide. The first rule in aiming is to control your tension. Stop choking your mouse or controller. You need to keep your muscles relaxed when you're tracking someone. Keep them at a point where there's no tightness so you can move your mouse freely. People always tense up when you're in a life or death situation, especially in Rivals, where the other player could be speeding across your screen. You're probably thinking that the player is moving way too fast, but in reality that's all in your head. Everything has a max speed, and you just have to understand that and predict your movements. For example, look at this clip of mine. My friend CXT pushes my spawn wall, and in my head, I'm thinking that he's gonna go on top and start strafing.
Bro, this bracket's the shit.
Since I've been playing this game for a while, I know how fast and how far you could go while slide strafing. So I predicted his movements and followed with my crosshair. I understand that not everyone has the time to play as much as I do to get used to the Rivals movement speed, so what I recommend for you is to aim duel. So to aim duel, you get a friend to 1v1 you in a private server in the range and mimic different scenarios that you struggle at. For example, if you're really bad at close range tracking fights, I recommend aim dueling your friends up close using the energy pistols. Or if you're really bad at far range clicking fights, pick up the revolver and aim duel for far away. I can guarantee you that if you do this every single day for 20 minutes before queuing 1v1s or RCL leagues, you would not miss a shot. The next thing I'll be going through is how you incorporate aim trainers. I think that you should only use aim trainers before and after your gaming session for about 30 or 45 minutes or so. Aim trainers only work if you use the right scenarios. Practicing only one scenario like grid shot isn't going to make your aim better. If you use aim labs, Kovacs, or both, I recommend trying out the Voltaic benchmarks. It basically covers all of the essentials in aiming and has different skill levels from novice to intermediate to advanced. If you main aim labs, I also recommend the custom Rivals scenarios that I offer in my Discord server, Rivals Guardians. We are dedicated to helping you improve in Rivals by offering coaching from top leaderboard players and RCL players, custom made Rivals map aim lab scenarios, public movement rollouts, tech tutorials, and more. The invite link is in the description. So anyways, this aim routine isn't too concrete, so feel free to change around some things and do exercises that you enjoy the most. To completely solidify your aim, what I suggest is going to an FFA or two, only using revolver for clicking and energy pistols for tracking. If you don't have energy pistols, then you could just use the assault rifle. A big part of getting easy kills is good movement. I already have a movement guide up on my channel, so if you're interested in that, it's linked in the description. The next thing I'll be going through is sensitivity. You've been lied to about your sensitivity. You might have been told that you should stick with a comfortable sense and develop muscle memory, blah blah blah. No. Think of sensitivity as more of a tool to get better. You should only change your sense depending on what playstyle you have and how much mouse space you got. Say for example, you like to use clicking weapons like revolver and crossbow, so a more lower sense would help you with precision. Or you might be an RCL player and you main the default loadout. A more higher sense will probably be better for you. And if you just don't have the mouse space for any of this, I recommend just getting a bigger mouse pad. I'm not sure about that I use myself to find the best. Anyways, the mouse space is player sensitivity. And you might be wondering, getting used to a sensitivity on keyboard and mouse it's just your fine motor control and your hand-eye coordination. You might think that the best team in the game comes down to your practice. Stuff that you see people do that takes you need to put your mind into your head. If you don't believe me, look at what a 2-time VCT master Think of it like mind muscle. Biceps. I don't use momentum for my chest and other muscles to curl the bicep, because then I wouldn't be working on my biceps. Instead, I focus on moving the bicep directly with all of my mind and focus. Do that with your hand and mouse. At the end of the day, it's not about muscle memory, but how well you can. Next rule I'll be going through is your crosshair placement. Sometimes your opponent can have really good aim, and what really decides who wins those duels is whoever shoots first. And how do you shoot first every single time? God, crosshair placement. You should always have a crosshair somewhere an enemy will be. Sometimes I see players on the floor with their crosshair as they're moving. You are not the janitor of rivals. Raise it up. Your crosshair should be constantly moving to a crosshair, peeking. Then all you have to do is click. I see players all the time get absolutely destroyed by this, and the first thing they do is accuse cheats. Even though the majority of rivals players are cheating, it's really simple to just implement this easy fix into your daily games.
I wanted the word cuppa, as in cup of tea, I thought would be great to mix with hug. When I saw the domain was available, I was like, I'm taking it.
Yo, Weird, I need you to coach me on a movement.
Yo, he's on this side. I'm pinging him.
You got it, bro.
Stop being freaky. Yeah, Snyder.
Wait, what? Oh,
he's full HP. He's on top.
He's actually full HP?
No, I had him for like 30. No, more like 20.
Wait.
Yo, he's warped,
just
bro.
a master mixed direction, bro. What? I thought he transformed.
Why is Apex calling me?
What? No, you're not gonna type that to me.
He said, "Hold up, let me heal." Hold on, he's disrespecting.
Wait,
you.
no, he's just baiting. He's not even healing, dude. It's just like,
LOL or.
I'm never doing another speed run. Yo, when ranked comes, when the next season of ranked, are we doing a ranked arch nemesis speed run?
Oh, that's gonna be brutal, buddy.
Yeah.
Is it easy to get arch nem in the beginning of the season?
It's well, I mean,
Movement
getting
with
arch
bow
nemesis in the
daggers?
beginning of the season is just getting nemesis.
Hey, whatever you want, Weird. You just gotta.
Right. Cause it's just
the people need to see it, bro. You need to.
Yo, this warper weirdo just needs to like get away from me. You know what I mean?
If you teach me movement, Weird, I hit rank 1 easy. No cap.
What the hell? Am I playing Fortnite right now? Why is this guy building walls in front of me?
That with the sniper's actually scary though. That guy's half. Sniper's half. Got him.
This is distortion,
Like, you see this,
bro.
Weird? Imagine I had movement. It's actually over.
Dude, these guys are just like constantly running away. What the hell?
I can't see him.
He just warped. He warped.
Like he's on this side now. What the hell?
Wait, it's 4-4? You know win this.
Bro, I love you so much. Phil Hood, best YouTuber. Is this guy flirting with me?
Wait, you want to?
I would.
What? Excuse me? Someone asked me what's the point of glass if you have ADS animations off?
That's a valid point.
Hey, good.
Wait, we're about to lose the game. Lock in.
On your left.
One of them's half.
It's just compy, you know.
Don't get sniped. Just don't get sniped by this fat chud.
And these guys suck. It's impossible to... I thought those players...
You guys actually...
down.
Why
are you there?
Oh, behind you?
Yeah.
You need to kill this guy. I'm with you.
Yeah, but he's gone now.